What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Ace Metaphor, and this is the Ace of Hearts podcast live on YouTube. I know it's been a long time, but let's get right into it. There's something. Listen, the one thing I know about a toxic person is they love to play victim. It is always somebody else's fault. Every relationship they have ever been in their entire life is always somebody else's fault. They was 100% innocent. And this is baby mamas, this is ex, this is mama, this is family. It's always somebody's fault. Even your fault. It's your fault they can't trust. You made them angry. You're the reason why they feel insecure. It is never any accountability. Toxic people love to deflect accountability. And it's a trait. It is a trait of trying to elicit sympathy from a person. Because if you feel sorry for that person, then now you are more apt to tolerate that person's unhealthy, unbecoming behavior. And this happens so much. How many times have you heard that toxic or that narcissistic person tell you these sob stories about how people left them and did them wrong? And they won't let them see the kids no more. And how that divorce is the reason why they don't want to get in a committed relationship no more. And they can't trust. And they are telling you this without an end goal. No, there's no end goal. No. The end goal of a conversation when somebody is venting to you about their sob stories should be, hey, I endured this pain when I was growing up, but I've went to therapy, I've healed, and I've gotten to a point in my life where I abstracted the lessons from the pain I went through, and now going forward, I am better because of it. No, this person ain't telling you that sob story and playing victim for that. They are normally telling you this so that when times come up in your relationship where it's time for them to rise up to the occasion, they have a built-in excuse not to do so, right? They have a built-in excuse not to do so. I'm letting you know something, and I want everybody to understand this. When you are with people that cannot take accountability, it should be a red flag. Now, listen. I'm going to tell you guys this, and I'm about to get to y'all questions, so make sure you guys have these questions ready. We're about to get to it. You guys can hear me, right? I can see y'all see me. And listen, if you guys are on the StreamYard link, all right, if your camera is not on, I'm going to have to kick you off. If your camera's not on, just watch me on YouTube, okay? Cool? Sound good? And on Instagram, if you want to ask me a question live, make sure you text that number. Text chat to 937-314-6974. Cool? Y'all can hear it. Okay. Now let me tell you something. Ladies, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If every relationship you done had, every meaningful relationship you done had has been toxic and rocky, and none of it's your fault, either you are extremely unlucky or you have an accountability problem. Brothers, the same way. Either you are extremely unlucky or you have an accountability problem. I will give you one, maybe two. But ladies, have you met a man that every relationship he done had is somebody else's fault and went bad? He never did nothing wrong in his entire life. And the thing that we don't see when we are listening to people talk about those things is that is a forecast of exactly what your relationship is going to look like with that person. If none of his partners, it was never his fault, what you think the relationship like is going to be with you? When something go wrong, it's never going to be his fault. When somebody is, the relationship ain't clicking right, it's going to be your fault. When he make a mistake, it's going to be your fault. And as a man, I see that as well. I would encourage everyone to say this, or to think of it like this. When you have healed from your trauma, even if you're not the person responsible for the trauma, you never position the story in the light that makes it seem like you are deflecting and bringing and shining attention away from the lesson or your personal growth. Even if you experienced, obviously a bad relationship, when you are talking to another person, a person you are dating and hoping to, gain as a potential interest, you should want to highlight the lessons you extracted from that toxic situation so that that person can tell that you've been healed. The one thing that will repel a healed person is when they encounter a person that they feel is not healed. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like mess. And so when I hear you talking about your exes, every single one of them did you dirty, and I can see the pain in your eyes and shit, and it's our second date, that's a red flag to me. Now listen, I know that doesn't make you a bad person, but maybe you shouldn't be on this date looking for a man. Maybe you should be on the internet looking for a therapist. Like some of you guys are on these dates sounding like you looking for a hero, like you're looking for somebody to save you. And when you are telling these stories, it comes from this victim mind frame. And it is not another man or a man or a woman's responsibility romantically to save you. You have to be healed prior to meeting that person to a point where you can function in a healthy relationship. I'm not saying 100% over pain. Some pain runs so deep you're going to have it the rest of your life. But have you healed to a point where you're not bringing bullshit naive into another person's life? Come here, y'all. I'm talking to y'all. I'm talking to everybody watching. Have you healed to the point where you're not bringing bull shiny is Nick into other people's lives? How is that fair for him? How is that fair for her? Heal, fam. Heal. I know you want a boo, but get you a counselor or a therapist. I know you want some D, but maybe get some Bible or something first. You know what I'm saying? maybe find you a life coach. You know what I'm saying? Maybe find some mentors. And some of you guys are going from relationship to relationship so fast that you don't have an opportunity to heal. You're not taking time to be intentionally single. You're not taking time to get over that pain. So when you hear a man tell you those sob stories about how everybody did him wrong, if he leaves out the part of the journey where he healed himself, where he's actively now able to function, he's learned his lessons from that relationship, and he tells you how those issues won't affect you. If he leaves that portion out of the conversation, then that's a mother effing red flag, okay? Because a lot of you guys have the opposite of hero syndrome, okay? Hero syndrome is where you want to save somebody, right? The opposite of that is, well, it's not the opposite, but you follow what I'm saying. Some of you guys don't have hero syndrome. You have toleration syndrome. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is you feel so sorry for someone that you bond over that. You've been through things in your life, and when this person is telling you the things and the pain that they've endured, you now see that as a, dang, we got a lot in common. That shouldn't be what you guys are bonding over. You should be bonding over success stories, but yet you guys are bonding over the trauma you guys have experienced. He understands where I'm coming from because he's been hurt and is hurt too. The one thing I'll tell you this, and I want you guys to understand this last part. When you have not healed from a negative relationship, and I want you guys to understand this part real good. When you're not healed, you're what? You're damaged. We agree, right? Figuratively, you're damaged. When you're not healed and you're hurt, you're damaged. When you're in pain, there's some damage. That's the reason you're in pain, because damage was inflicted. When you get out of a toxic relationship, if you have not healed from that, you are damaged. Correct? All right. Y'all might not like the word, but follow it. There's a metaphor here. Now, when you know that you're not your best self, you're not your healed self, you're damaged. When you go to the grocery store and you see a damaged good, a damaged can, right? Do you want to pay full price for something that's damaged? No, you don't, right? That's why the grocery store has a discount bin. Let me tell you something, you all. If you have not healed from your toxic past with relationships or that trauma to the point where you can be functional, you will subconsciously take less than what you deserve, because subconsciously you know you are damaged. So now you will tolerate another person that hasn't healed from their trauma because you haven't. And then people that are willing and able to pay full price for a person, a healed person, they've healed. So now they want a healed person, will be repelled by you. So what you'll end up finding is when you're not your best self, you will attract a lesser caliber person. And this is why you typically find two fucked up people in the same relationship, right? And I know y'all like, well, no, it was just one fucked up person. You know, you sometimes be fucked up just in a different way. And I know y'all don't want me being real on this live feed. I know y'all want me to lie to you. You want me to lie right through my teeth and say, nah, everything was perfect with you. It was just him. No, sometimes we be equally fucked up in a different way. Yes, you're not maliciously going out to hurt him, but the level of low self-esteem that you are carrying around in this relationship is not healthy. Can we be honest? The fact that you're not assertive enough to stand up for what you deserve and enforce healthy boundaries is not healthy. Yes, you may not be toxic toward him, but you're toxic toward yourself. For real, for real. I know y'all don't see it that way, but this is why I want you guys to be healed. So you have a choice, okay? All my people that got some work to do. You got some choice. You can skip the hard work to get healed and settle for who will settle for you, which is typically another unhealed person, or you can do the work on yourself to increase your attraction factor, and that energy exudes, and now you have the option of picking a healed person. Now, I will say this. Notice I said option of picking a healed person. Some of y'all right now are gonna be like, I'm healed and I still attract fucked up people. Yes, just because you healed don't mean other people ain't gonna try to talk to you. But at least you have now the option of picking a healed person because you have been healed, right? And now all you have to do is learn how to differentiate. All right. Some of you guys can't differentiate because all the options you have are effed up people. All right. Because you ain't got to the level where you can attract other non-effed up people. So that's my beginning topic today. Now we're going to go to my favorite part of the day, which is question and answers. So I see, oh, we got a dude on here too. Shout out to a dude. Hey, first of all, I had a dude on my Instagram live today. And then like it just makes me feel good, man. We got to get more energy in here. So I got everybody on here. So whoever got a question first, if you got your question first, do this with your hand. If you got a question, do this with your hand. Are y'all just gonna look at me? That's cool. Dang, okay, I got one. What's up?
Hi.
Talk to me. What's going on?
So I have a question. Why do men, after a long period of the talking stage, just randomly tell you they're not ready for a relationship? And I'm talking like months, like 10 months.
Oh, did you ask him when you first started dating if he was ready for a relationship?
I did.
What did he say?
He just said he wanted to see how things would go and then kind of ghosted me after 10 months.
Oh, so in the beginning of the relationship, you asked him if he wanted a relationship or the beginning of dating, right? And he didn't say yes.
No.
And you continued to date him anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to get that. I want to clarify that. So why did you continue to date him after he didn't give you a yes to that answer?
I don't know. He seemed to like show a lot of interest in me. Like he was constantly being in communication. Like we would, I know it sounds corny for adults, but we would like fall asleep with each other on the phone, wake up to each other in the morning. It was just weird for him to just disappear after all of that.
Well, okay. You said he was interested, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you can blink. Did y'all have y'all been doing hanky panky?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all been hanky panky. So what I'm saying is, was he interested in what? See, a lot of times, ladies,
yeah,
you guys.
I'll be honest. I'm not shy. He waited. We waited a long time for that.
Nah.
I guess.
Nah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he would like
A long time meaning how long?
I think like 7 months.
7 months. And then after he's had it,
He
how
was still
has his
no, we were still fine. We would still talk to each other, fall asleep with each other on the phone.
and then now y'all not talking, right?
Yeah, he'll randomly comment on like a story I post on Snapchat.
Right.
What's the point? It's leaving me confused.
No, but what's confusing? Here's what I'm saying. What's confusing? You said he's interested, but you didn't say interested. You didn't define what he's interested in. You and I can both assume, but you don't know specifically because specifically you didn't ask. What are you interested in? Are you interested in friendship? Are you interested in a friends with benefits? Are you interested in a committed relationship? You didn't specifically ask. When you don't ask, you leave room for people to have you fucked up. And so that's why I'm encouraging everybody to ask early on in the dating process. Are you looking to be married anytime soon?
Me, personally?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I would like to eventually.
Is that the reason you're currently dating?
Yeah, I'm looking to settle down. You know, I'm a single mom of a 2-year-old, so I'm ready to, move forward.
So the answer is yes. You're looking for someone to marry.
Yes.
Okay. So therefore, it is imperative for you, since you know what you're looking for, to treat those first 3 or 4 dates like a job interview. Okay. This is important for you to ask and see if this man is also in the same space where he's looking for a wife. And also ask if this man is ready to also be looking to be in a parental role as well. At this point, you are looking for a serious position to be filled, so serious questions need to be asked. And I know what y'all about to say, but Ace, that's gonna scare people off. It's gonna scare off the people that ain't interested in the first place in being neither of those things. If someone is intentional, just like you are intentional, and the only reason they are dating is to find a wife, then they wouldn't shy away from a question of, are you prepared to be a husband? That doesn't necessarily mean, is he prepared to be a husband to you? But before he starts the date, is he financially, spiritually, and emotionally ready to take care of a family? And is that the intention of the reason why you guys are dating?
Right.
All right. When you do not ask these questions, you leave room for confusion. All right. So I want you to ask more questions next time. Otherwise, you'll get the answer. No, you.
Yeah, I left myself
confused.
Yeah.
He didn't mislead you. And I want everyone to understand this. Sometimes it's like, is he misleading, or are you willingly grabbing a string, not knowing where a person is going? Right. You guys can't just get in the car and just assume where he's driving. You get in the car and say, hey, where are we going? Right? And then you know the destination and you know how you should get there. So if a wrong turn is made, you be like, hey, what way you taking? You just don't let people drive with your heart when you don't know where they're going. So my point is, this is the key word: accountability. And when you take accountability, you stop putting the ball in other people's court. And you now say, if I don't ask, he may never tell me. So let me ask, what's your intentions? Let me ask, where are we headed once you get deeper inside this relationship? And there should not be a point in, listen, this is how you know a motherfucker on games. You've been talking for 10 months and he's still talking about, I ain't ready for a relationship, but doing all the things relationships entail, like sex, intimacy, communication, falling asleep on the phone. I'm telling you, these guys will have y'all messed up here if y'all just be looking at their actions and not paying attention with the things they saying. Both of them got to match up. So that's my advice to you, is to ask questions. If you do not ask questions, you're going to leave room for this. Okay.
So can I just ask one more thing? When he reaches out to me, like those little things, like on my social media, what is he still just playing a mind game?
I don't know. Do you respond?
Sometimes no. Most of the time I don't.
But you do sometimes, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
Why do you respond those sometimes?
I don't know, because it leaves me curious. Like, why are you, if you don't want to talk to me, why are you still contacting me?
So, I mean, I don't know, but my question would be, why is he still able to contact you?
That's a good question.
Right. Okay. So remember, ball in your court. Block, 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 block. If you really don't want to talk to him, block him. Okay.
Thanks.
So there you go. All right, lady. Peace. Let me say this. Let me say this, y'all. Let me say this. Let me say this. And I gotta be honest with you guys. Listen, I hate to keep beating this person with a shameless plug. I have the card games. I made the questions you guys should be asking. I got questions for first dates. I got questions for later on. I got questions for couples. And let me tell you, from selling these card games, I have learned one simple thing. People hate having honest, transparent conversations. Oh my goodness. Every time I get on my ads, I see people, you trying to break people up, Ace. I'm like, that's because people shy away from healthy, open communication, or they don't have the ability to have those honest, open, transparent communications. It benefits certain people to avoid topics. Yo, it does. If all I'm looking for is sex, of course I don't want you to ask me what I'm looking for. And of course, if you ask me, I ain't gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's our jobs to be able to discern. But how can we discern if we're not feeding our brain with the information of allowing someone to openly speak from their heart? I get it. You want to laugh and giggle and fuck. That's what y'all be doing. That's all y'all. Listen, I know y'all don't like when I just said that, but think about it. All you really been doing is laughing, giggling, and fucking with this guy. All right? Because y'all ain't had not one real deep ass conversation about intentionality. You done heard him talk about his problems and his past and what happened at work, but how does he feel about marriage? How does he feel about exclusively dating? At what point do we feel like a relationship goes from just chilling to there's something more serious? How does he differentiate what husband responsibilities and boyfriend responsibilities is? Once he get married, what type of husband does he want to be? Does he want to be a 50-50 partner? Does he want to take care of all of the load? What does a relationship look like with this man if you decided to get into it? Does he expect you to be submissive? If he does, are you submissive? Do you have children? If so, does he have children? What type of father is he? What type of qualities do he feel like would make him a great father? Does he even want to be a father? I've dated, listen, date is a strong word. Date is a strong word. I've messed with a few single mothers in my life. I really have. And the one thing I've learned is there's two different types, right? There's the one type that you won't even know they for real got a kid for real. It's like, I feel like they feel like if they brought up the kid in the situation, said something about their kids, it would scare me away. Right. And maybe in their experience, that happens. Then you have a different type that, oh, you're going to know they got a kid. It comes up in conversations a lot. You know what I mean? And one thing I can find, I think I would love to see, what would have loved to see happen more in those situations is them asking me, am I looking to have a family right now? Because I'll tell you, I would have, if they had asked me that, I would have said no. Now I'm the first person to tell you guys, I get a lot of my experience from my past. Okay. I used to do a lot of not so great things. Okay. And so of course I just wanted some sex. Okay. At the time. And so if they had asked me that, I would have been like, nah, I'm not really looking for that, you know? And I think what happens is, and I've been on the side of it too with certain women as well. Sometimes we don't ask questions because we already know what the answers are. And so you find yourself avoiding asking how this person truly feels about you because you already know they don't really fuck with you like that, but you don't want to hear it. And it's like, if you don't hear it, is it really true? You know? So those are just the reasons why I say you guys should ask questions. All right, let's move on to the next question. Anybody else got a question? I see y'all looking at me. All right, you first. I got y'all. I'm gonna try to get everybody. It's only a couple of y'all on here. Queen, what's up? Talk to me.
Hello. Okay.
You all right?
Yes, I am. I'm just excited you chose me. So, hello.
What's up?
Okay. I gotta try to break it down really short. First off, I'm transitioning from dating women.
Okay.
And interesting, but then it could be so complicated.
Mm-hmm.
So now I met a guy. He's 55. I'm 34.
Oh.
Yes. My question that I have, he in the past was not a good father.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it either worth?
If you can you mute your TV?
Oh, sure. Sorry.
So 55, he wasn't a good father. How old is his kids?
They're all grown. 35, 28, 27, 26, 24.
Okay. Are you trying to have children?
My son is 13.
And you don't want any more children?
I would like to have as many children as I can. I have some health issues where it's not possible. I've already miscarried last year. So
okay. So the reason you're concerned about how he was in the past of being a father is because you think it'll translate how in a relationship with you.
No, I wanted to know, like, is it either worth me pursuing a relationship, continue to pursue a relationship with him? Is it possible that he will be a deadbeat father again? I don't know. It's really difficult. The children are grown, very opinionated, and they feel like, oh, you just a girlfriend, so I don't know what to do other than I don't know. It's so difficult. They say, I don't want to disrespect you, Miss Lady, but you do, and you have. And it's tough.
You got something in your background, like the music or something.
Another phone ringing.
Okay. All right. So, okay, check this out. You sound unsure. Right?
I am.
Okay. Now, when you're unsure and you're driving, let's say you're unsure and you drive and you're driving, you don't know which way to go.
Okay.
What would a shrewd person do?
Pull over.
And do what?
Think, maybe look at some notes or make sure
I find the
address.
A map or put the GPS, but you're going to pull over, you're going to stop.
Right. First.
All right. So, ladies, if you're unsure in a relationship and you're dating or whatever, hold on, I'm going to mute you real quick. But that's a sign that maybe, hold on 2 seconds. Let me see how I'm going to do it. I'm going to mute you real quick. It's feedback. But, I think I lost you. Did I lose you? I might have lost her anyway. Can y'all still hear me? Shake your head if y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me?
You got plugged up.
Okay. Okay. All right. So look, if let's say you're unsure and you're dating, the first thing you got to do is you got to say to yourself, why am I still moving now? Why am I still trying to draw closer if I don't know if I'm going in the right direction? Okay. So if you're unsure, stop, pause. There is nothing wrong with pausing. All right. There's nothing wrong going to that person and saying, hey, listen, I'm unsure right now. And because I'm unsure, let's just hit the pause button. Doesn't mean y'all stop talking. It doesn't mean y'all don't hang out. It just means, hey, before we go to the next step, I have some concerns that I want to address, and I want to make sure I'm on the same page. And then what you got to do is you have to have these communications with people. And also, just think about it like this. Half the time, the reason why we confused is because we not with the right person. I'm gonna be honest with you. You're not with the right person. Huh? You know what I mean? You guys ain't with them. And you're trying to make this okay guy the right person. All right. And then what happens is when you know this isn't right, sometimes don't we start trying to poke holes in the relationship? You know what I'm saying? Everything be going all right, but subconsciously we know something wrong, so we trying to look for reasons why it shouldn't work. When it's right And let me tell you what right means. Right means the right person at the right time under the right circumstances. And a lot of people don't have those three things going well for them. A lot of people are not waiting. Sometimes you can meet the right person under the wrong circumstances. He married. That's a wrong circumstance, right? Married. But it's the right person and you trying to make this work. But he married. He just don't like his wife no more. And so you reason to yourself that since it's the right person, you're going to make it work. That's not the right circumstances. Right time. Sometimes you meet the right person at the wrong time. You meeting when you're not healed or your discernment isn't sharpened, right? Or you're not able to be the best wife you can be. And you end up fumbling the bag. Vice versa for him. Right person, right time, under the right circumstances. And if you find those things, normally it'll work out for a little while, at least. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's important. Now, in her specific situation, I want to say this. I do feel like the past doesn't necessarily listen. What someone has done in the past is a very great predictor of what they're going to do in the future. And this is why your past matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know we like to think a new day is a new day, new year, new me. But the credit card companies don't feel that way, do they? You go to the credit card company, like, it's a new year, new me. They be like, in 2016, I see you defaulted on a Best Buy card. Can you tell me about that? You know what I'm saying? And that shit hang around with you for 5 or 6 years, 7 years. Listen, let me tell you how I know. Let me tell you how I know. So listen, I went to college, y'all. I went to college. I graduated too. I went to college. Now listen, let me tell you something. I love the idea of college, right? But let me tell you what happened. So I got out of college and I'm thinking that they're going to give me until I find a job, until I have to pay my student loans. I ain't even had a job yet. That 6 month happened. So like I was late on my student loan payment the first couple months that I was supposed to pay. And I didn't know that every student loan that I had got in college, every single one was an individual ding on a late payment. So it wasn't like I had 3 late payments on my credit report. I had like 27. And them late payments stuck with me for 7 years, yo. Your past means something. So although we like to try to give people fresh starts, it's important for us to know what they have done, because we know at least you capable of doing this shit again. So if a person got 5 kids and they was a deadbeat to 5 kids, it lets you know that their personality doesn't really take responsibility. Their character doesn't really value responsibility the way they should be. That's a horrible character trait. And if you somehow get pregnant by this person, it's more likely than not, he gonna do that to your kid too. And some of y'all in this current situation right now. How you baby mama 3 and he ain't taking care of 2 he got? Ladies, can we talk about it? Ladies, I know most of y'all don't want to talk about that part. But lady, I'm gonna look at Instagram real quick. And I'm about to get to the next question. Lady, so you thought all of a sudden, but see, what we be doing is thinking we different, right? You be like, yeah, he did that to Keisha and Sharonda, but I'm different. And then here you go at child support court trying to get that little $14 every 2 weeks because that's all he could afford because he got 4 other kids. Ladies, let's talk about it. So that's why it's important for us to look at people's past. And I don't want to judge people when it comes to person, but when we're dating, I'm judging the fuck out of you. Like, that's what dating is. I'm judging. What do you think dating is? For me not to judge, I'm judging to see if you're qualified to be with me. Okay? And guess what? Some people I'm too good for. Ladies, I want you all to say that with me. Some people I'm too good for when it comes to dating. Now, if you just person to person, hypothetically speaking, yeah, we all children of God. Cool. All right, cool. But when it comes to dating, you're better than some people. And you're dating to find someone that's about your equal. Okay? That's the point. So when you're inquiring about their past, sometimes you got to be like, that's a disqualifier, fam. You know, you reneged on a relationship before. You reneged on your commitments. You defaulted on your child care. You know, that I can't loan you my heart under these conditions. But y'all do what y'all want to do. Y'all do what y'all want to do. All right, who got the next question? My bad, Quinn. I think I answered your question. I tried my best to. The audio was messing up. B Fly, what's up? Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on with you, bro?
Nothing, man. Just making it.
Hey, man, I ain't trying to front on you, nothing, man. I think it's great what you're doing, man. I'm listening to you. I'm older cat, you know what I'm saying. I done been through a lot, and so things you're saying is spot on, man. In relationships, a lot of people play a lot of different games. But aside from that, um, bro, I just want to get you to hit me back one more time, man, about my cars, man. You hit me once, and I never got them, but it based on what when I did the research for it, or where they went or
Yeah.
whatever, I guess it was sent back. So just hit me
Oh,
back, man, if you don't mind, man.
no. I
Dante
got you.
Bond.
I got you right now. Let me look. When did you order?
Yeah. It's probably been about two months ago. Yeah,
Okay.
you hit me back once.
I got this.
So I
And
appreciate
my
that,
bad.
man. Like I said, I ain't trying to front on you on this, you know what I'm saying?
No,
I
no,
just
no,
happened
no,
to see
no.
the thing come across and I caught you. I was like, okay, let me check him out, see what he really about. You know what I'm saying? See what he really
Nah,
about.
you know what? Let me tell you this. I do, bro. Man, I ain't gonna tell you how many I sell, but man, it happens. Like,
Yeah,
I got a fulfillment center now,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it happens. So I know how it is. Which spell your first name? What's your
Dante,
first name?
Donte, Donte, Dante
Dante, last name.
Bond,
What's your?
Bond.
Oh, I got you. Okay, Dante Bond. My bad, y'all. We gotta handle this. Make sure everything good. Let me see. I got your order. Yeah, it said it was delivered, but I'm gonna just refund you and just put another order in. Just check the address.
Okay.
Sometimes depending on the address, it can be something wrong with the address, or
Do you
sometimes
got to
UPS.
refund me, man? I want the cars, man. I don't want the money. I want the
No, it's easier. So look, just order it again.
I got you. I
All right,
got you.
all right. Hey,
Hey, and
listen.
I appreciate you, and I appreciate you ladies or whoever else may be on
Uh-huh.
for allowing me just a moment, interrupting y'all time, man, just to get this straight, man. Because again, I want to be able to continue to say good things about you, man, and what you're doing, man. So I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, listen, man. I appreciate you.
All right, boss. You
All
be
right,
easy.
peace. Hey, listen. I'll never judge somebody for trying to get their shit. Hey, listen, because I'm the same way. Let somebody not deliver my stuff. I'm the same way. Now, what I will say is man, we send out, I think we do about 400 or 500 orders a day. I got 3 fulfillment centers. And man, shit. Sometimes it get delivered, but then it ain't delivered. And I don't know it's not delivered because it say it delivered, but the customer doesn't get it. So if ever you guys order something from me and my customer service person ain't getting back to you as fast as you can always inbox me. You just got to tell me that it's a customer service issue. Otherwise, I ain't gonna read your shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't read none of those messages. Those messages be long as hell. I ain't about that life. All right, next question. All right, Sonny, what's up? Talk to me.
Hallelujah. Man, my anxiety was
What's
getting
up?
so high because I have a serious situation that needs an answer. So I've been with this guy for 5 years. We've been living together, planning a
Uh-huh.
wedding, everything. And April 6th, he up and he left me in a state that I wasn't from that he sent me to. I need to know, why did that happen? Like I'm not understanding after 5 years and 2 lost
So
kids. Like I'm not understanding how one person can just up and abandon somebody, especially in a state where they know they don't have anybody and they're not even from that state, and not care.
okay, your husband.
So he's not my husband. We were about to get married.
Oh, oh, oh.
I feel like I was strung along, and I voiced that to him, and he kept telling me I was crazy.
Sonny.
Yes.
Not your husband though, right?
Not my husband.
Okay, I want you to understand. This is some hard truth I'm about to tell you. Okay, very hard truth. If you are not married, or whatever is your reciprocal level, like if you one of those earthy people that don't believe in government contracts, whatever is your reciprocal level of marriage, if you are not that, everything that's said is just hypothetically speaking. Prior to you making those vows and those promises to each other. And I want you guys to understand that that's a hard truth that most people don't understand. That anybody can up and leave you tomorrow when there's no contract in place, no covenant in place. Those promises just are promises to promise at that point. And so we have to start dating like it. Oftentimes we are overcommitting and making moves for people that won't make the reciprocal moves back to us. You said he moves you out. Sonny, you had a choice to either move or not. You chose to move for a person that you wasn't close to being married to. If you guys were together 5 years without marriage, right? 5 years without marriage.
Together and everything.
Right.
As
I grew up in the church, right? We call that playing house and shacking up.
Yeah.
Right? Shacking up, right? Right. And what you are doing is you are playing Russian roulette with your heart, because you are doing all this without the protections that are afforded to wives and husbands in relationships. So if you don't learn anything from this experience going forward, is before you take certain steps, you got to make sure that there is a sacred vow in place and some protections in place to where someone can't leave you high and dry like that. Period. Like I can't. And the reason it's hard for me to say something bad about this man is he's exercising his right as a single person. On his IRS tax return, he hits the single box, right? Single. All right. And so when you're single, you got the right to wake up and say, I don't want to do this no more. Right? And that's what he did.
To an extent, I feel that if you are promising people and you're asking for a hand in marriage to this person from this person's family and stuff, yeah, you have a responsibility.
No,
you made a promise, you didn't keep it. But then again, I mean, if this is a man that's already been married and cheated on the wife, what do I expect?
Is it a promise? It's a promise to promise.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like me and you can talk, we can talk numbers all we want to. I don't move until the contract is signed. You want to book me for your show? We can talk about how much I'm getting paid and all. I don't get excited until the contract is signed. And ladies, I need y'all to understand that. When the paperwork is signed, then it's official. Before then, people just hypothetically speaking. Now, I'm not saying he's not wrong. I'm not saying he didn't move unwisely. I'm not saying he wasn't reckless with his behavior. I'm saying, Sonny, you have to protect yourself from people doing that by only moving when the paperwork is done. You know what I'm saying? When the level of commitment is there. Because you moved off the promise to promise. Your heart was like acting like you're married because he said he was going to eventually do it. Right?
Right.
And that's not enough to be given wifely benefits to and wifely trust to a man to, in my opinion. And this is how a lot of women are getting messed up, because you are moving based off of what a man says. instead of what
So
he
should
actually
we
doing.
be waiting to marry, or should we be waiting to move in with men and men move in with women once we've signed that paper? Is that
No,
the
no.
safest thing for us to do? Or
Listen. Coming from a person that done shacked up before in my life, like people do and make decisions for what they can handle. You just got to understand. If you understand that y'all live in lease to lease, then cool. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like you want to, if you cool with living lease to lease, and you understand the consequences of if it went south, then cool. Just know what you're signing up for. You played Russian roulette with your heart.
Yeah.
And if it would have worked out, it would have worked out. But unfortunately, it didn't. And it hurts. But this is what you sign up for when you do things out of order. Everybody. I'm not going to be, listen, I am a chronic fornicator. I fornicate. Yes, we should probably wait until marriage to have sex. And if one of these days y'all catch me and I got a new son and shit, and then y'all like, well, ain't you should be married first. And I'm like, well, shit happens. Listen, when I have sex, I understand that there's a possibility that a kid will be born. Okay. And I do it anyway. But I'm not gonna blame her if she get pregnant for putting me in this situation when I'm willingly engaging in this activity that can potentially lead to this happening. So what I'm saying is, when you said you moved and did all this and he was doing you dirty, the reason I asked you if he was your husband is because that's important. It's important. And when that loses its significance and you start moving like someone is when they're not, life will remind you real fast that they wasn't this whole time. And you're going to feel like that they were being disloyal, but he can leave. Ladies, everybody that's watching, if that man is not your husband, he can leave tomorrow, no strings attached, minimum strings attached. And you ain't got no protections, period. So with knowing that knowledge, if you guys continue to do that, cool. But I just wouldn't, in my opinion. But let me say this to you, Sonny. Also, I mean, I know that I will address my male privilege here. I don't rely on nobody. Nobody. Even when I get in relationships, nobody. I'll never feel like I'm left high and dry because my funds is always where they need to be. Things are always in my name, or at least halfway in my name. I'm not gonna just be strung out. And a lot of times men will put women in that situation. And you guys are not even pay attention to that. Like the house. Is your name on the house?
No, there was no house. I moved out the apartment, then he moved out the apartment and moved into a hotel with me, and then up and left. And I just stupidly continued to stay because like I said, we made those plans to get married. He had me go to the courthouse and get the paperwork and everything, fill out the paperwork, made the date, calling him my husband, him calling me his wife.
How long ago was that?
April 6th is when he left this year.
But how long ago was the whole filling out the paperwork how long ago was that?
That was in March, and the date was for April.
So March of this year.
3 times though.
Girl, 3 times what? You did what 3 times?
So I filled out the paper 3 times. Every time it got close to the date, he would create an issue and we'd have an argument and he'd say, well, see, this is why I'm not marrying you. Well, if you want to get married, you need to do this, this, and this. And I continually thought it was me. So I constantly tried to change self and was constantly in therapy and nothing was working at all.
So, Sonny, you're not going to like what I'm about to say. This is one of those instances where you got exactly what you signed up for. You literally got exactly what you signed
Right.
up for.
You're right. You're right.
First time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. Can't be it. First of all, can't be a second time. You know, but the first time y'all didn't go through with the marriage, all right, maybe some, you know, whatever. You give a mulligan. The second time, and then a third time, that's what I'm saying. Like, look, let me ask you this question, and this is rhetorical in nature. At some point, you knew that this was going to inevitably end this way. I just believe
Correct.
you had a thought that this was going to end this way. And my
Yes.
rhetorical question to you is, why didn't you listen to that thought when it came? It could have been year 2, could have been year 3, but at some point, you knew. And then also, even if you decided to still give it a chance, at that point where you had that doubt, why didn't you set up protection for yourself so that you wouldn't be left high and dry? You could have moved back to your family. Y'all could have continued to try this out when you're in the company of your safe space. And so for every woman that's listening right now, and I excuse my French, these niggas will have you fucked up. I don't know why y'all don't believe this. Why do you not see if you let some of these niggas just act a fool, they will. If you not watching your back, this doesn't mean you have to be standoffish. This doesn't mean you have to be mean. This doesn't mean you got to be itchy. It just means that you make sure your back is covered, because you keep thinking, you keep giving these dudes more credit than they deserve here. Okay. I know most women on here can tell you similar stories you got, right? Most women can. And so that leads me to believe that, you know, you got to make sure you got your back, you know what I mean? Regardless, you feel me? So I hope everything work out for you. And I know this wasn't I know this wasn't as comforting as it could have been, but I wanted to give you that real talk, you know?
I needed to hear it. I needed to hear it. I'm just in a point in my life where I'm just trying to heal, and sometimes I need help processing things. My brain is not able to process why this happened. Why did I allow myself to continue on when I should have listened to my intuition? And like you said, I knew that it would turn out like this, and I spent so much time believing that I was crazy because he was saying that instead of really going with my own gut.
Yep. Well, all right. Well, you enjoy the rest of your day,
Thank
okay?
you.
And I want to come visit where you work. It looked fun.
Oh yeah.
I noticed.
Unfortunately, I do work in an adult toy store, so
I know. I said, what the fuck? Is she shopping? I was like, I wasn't gonna say nothing if nobody else noticed, but I was like, boy, is she over there shopping? All right, well, do your thing, girl.
No, I work here. But I do get discounts, so and yes, and to all the women out there, those rose suctions, yes, they work, and they work very well. So go out and get you one.
All right, it's all
right.
Peace.
Thank you.
Hey, all right. So look. Check this out, y'all. Check this out. So, listen. I'm trying not to cuss because I'm on YouTube, and YouTube if you cuss a little bit, they be messing up how they show your videos. But I don't care because this message is important. Listen, y'all be moving like y'all don't know how niggas be. Like it'd be crazy to me. It'd be not. I don't want to say it in a derogatory way, but it's like how you know how dudes be, and you move like they not dudes. And all I'm saying is this: once a man proves to you that he's not like those other niggas, then cool. Now I ain't saying you gotta have your guard all the way up. I ain't saying you gotta be reserved and can't be open. But what I'm saying is, if somebody tell you something that sounds too good to be true, and you just don't want. You be like, all right, cool. You know, don't get too. When people be saying all this, yeah, boo, I got you. Yeah, I ain't like these other dudes. Be like, oh yeah, cool. That sound good. Like, quit. Be like, oh yeah, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying you got to tell him he lying, but just be like, yeah, oh yeah, true. All right. And then wait for somebody to prove those things. Okay. Prove those things. In 2021, you cannot move halfway across the country for some random dude. Now, he may not be random to you, but he random until he prove he ain't random. Until he proved that he is an anomaly. He proved he is the one of many. Okay. And then when you move your ass cross country, you have to also know that he's still a nigga, and you still got to make sure yourself is protected, and you still got backup plans until he proved and back up all the things he been saying. Okay. Until that happens, you be like, oh yeah, okay, cool. All right. All right, cool. Yeah, all right. Look, I guess what I'm saying is, I'm not saying don't take chances. I'm not saying don't make mistakes. I'm saying you shouldn't be shocked, though, if shit goes south in 2020. You shouldn't be shocked that niggas are doing nigga shit. And that's something my uncle, growing up, you know, guys are from the hood. My bad, I'm cussing. It just is what it is. It's Uncle Ace time. I'm from the hood, yo. And that's my uncle always said this. Now, he wasn't talking about relationships, but he would always be like, never be shocked when niggas do nigga shit. And from that time, I've never been shocked. I've never been shocked. I've seen it all. And ladies, you have to do the same thing. The one thing I will say is, as a man dating, I've met some low quality women in my life. So I know that they exist. I know that there are women that have bad intentions that exist. I know that there are some women that want to trap you with a baby. I know they do exist. I ain't never really met one of those women yet. Well, at least that I don't know, that I knew. I know those women that come in your life to stir up trouble. But I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to be really, really honest with you. And fellas, I know it's probably a guy or two watching. I'm going to just be real with you. The vast majority of the women I've met have been functionally healthy and genuine in their intention to find a relationship. Doesn't mean that they ain't got their problems. But most women I've met actively trying to find a healthy relationship and have the best intentions. Now, ladies, I just don't feel like that's most niggas nowadays, though. I think most men you meet probably want sex and don't want a relationship from you. I really do believe that. And you know why? Because most of my life, all I wanted was sex from women. And it's not until my 30s where I started actually desiring a relationship. But I ain't gonna tell y'all no numbers because I don't want y'all walking around like, Ace, you a little hoe. I don't want y'all doing that, but you know. So I just want you guys to understand that fundamental difference. Okay. That guys are not women. You date and think that men are dating like you are dating, and they're not. You go in with the best intentions of actually finding a relationship. He may not be having those same intentions. So just take that. One last question. Who got a question? Who got the question? Who gonna have the last question? Stephanie, you've been looking at me for a while. Do you got a question or not? Yes, no, maybe. You shake your head if you got a question, Stephanie. I can't hear you. Yes, I'm talking to you. Do you got a question? Hold on. Stephanie, you got a question or not?
Actually, I was just listening. I wanted to keep up with the subject before I asked the question.
All right, cool. All right, Angie, you got a question? You've been looking for a while. Are you just looking? Raise your hand if you got a question, Angie. Yes? Okay. Angie, you got a question? She ain't got a question. Okay. Let's see. Josie.
Yeah.
What's up? Talk to me.
Okay, so I've been dating a guy for like the last 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
And when we first discussed, well, not even dating. I don't want to say I've been dating. I've been screwing him for the last 5 months.
Oh, 5 months.
So
Yeah.
when we first started talking or whatever, I explained to him like I wasn't looking for nothing serious. Like I really wanted. Okay, today he mind effed me.
Okay.
And he basically was telling me how he like wanted to be with me and all this other stuff. But I'm the type of person, I want a polygamy relationship. How do I?
You want multiple people?
I just want like him and a girl. But how do I bring that up? Like if we decide that I need like a girlfriend too, we could pick on. But how do you bring that up in a conversation?
Okay. Nah. You know the funny part about this is I just don't really think he'd have too much of an issue with this. Okay. You know.
No, I've like done hints. But
and he been like
he ain't even catching on. Like, so I'm like, how do I?
I mean, now I know you say that's what you want,
Mm-hmm.
but let me tell you something.
No, I've had it before. They say it's bad. It's not.
No, but let me. Okay.
I love it here.
All right. Okay. So just say it. Just say, hey, listen. I'm down with me and you talking, but just know that I'm gonna actively be searching for a girlfriend too. And if you cool with that, cool. But either way, I'm gonna have a boyfriend and a girlfriend. So if you cool with that, maybe we can all mingle. And then let him. If he not cool with it, listen. Most guys will try it. I mean, I just don't. No dude I know is gonna outwardly say no right now. Like no dude I know. Now let me tell you the reason why I do. A mature man would though, is because they realize you're not just talking about sex. You also talking about the relationship.
Right.
Like most men would be like, okay, on the sex tip, I can see the benefits. On the relationship tip, for me, the type of man I am, I'm like, man, that's 2 mouths to feed. That's 2 people to house.
Okay, but I don't got no problem with that. Like, I make my own bread.
I get that. It just depends what type of man we talking about. Like, I'm the type of man, I'm different. I'm different.
He a single dad.
Right. And so, look, let me tell you something. I got to tell you this story.
Okay.
So, the other day I went to the Gucci store, right? I was in Tampa. I went to Gucci. Now, I know everybody else be like, oh, it's just Gucci. But I've never been to the Gucci store before. I live in Dayton. We don't got Gucci. So I went with my lady or whatever. And so we in Tampa, and I was like, I'm going to get me some Gucci flip-flops because I heard it in the Future song. Future rap about Gucci flip-flops a lot. I was like, I want some Gucci flip-flops. And then I was like, oh, shit, I want some Gucci shoes too. And then I was saying all this stuff, and she was looking at me. And then I was like, okay, go pick something out too. And then she ended up getting some Gucci shoes and then a Gucci bag. And so a $2,000 bill is now a $4,000 bill.
$4,000 bill.
But that's how it is. Everything is double. Everything is double. Food is no longer a $30 meal, it's a $60 meal. And the one thing I've learned about the type of man I am is I can see the math here. If I got 2 women, now the Gucci bill is $6,000. Now every meal is $90. And y'all know you saying you can help, but I just the type of man
I make them like we've already discussed this, us 3. Like I've discussed it with her, like in depth, and she all for it. They done met each other, but like if I don't know how to ask him.
But what I'm saying is, if he looking at it from that point, if he cool with, like everybody pitching in and helping, then I feel like that's not an issue. But I would just look for myself. My objection to a polygamous relationship is I don't want to take care of 2 women. Taking care of 1 woman is difficult enough. You know what I'm saying? It is difficult. Let me tell you, ladies, let me tell you something. It's difficult. You know why?
Why?
Because you gotta play chess. I've learned this. Even small things, you gotta play chess with. You feel me? You gotta think 3 or 4 moves ahead. Is this worth saying or not? You know, and I just be like, you know, I just couldn't imagine having 2 chessboards. I just don't want 2 chessboards. You know, then you gotta spend time, you know, have a date night and this shit. I just couldn't imagine. Now, here's the thing. I get it from the sex side. I can see the benefits of it. I can definitely see that. If you were asking me, I can see I would love that. But then, even then, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's one dick to go around. Now, let me tell you something. In my younger days, Ace tried to fuck all night. Now I'm trying to do a quick 20, 25 minutes, go to sleep. I ain't trying to be delivering dick places. That's a lot of dick to be delivered on a regular basis. Not every now and again. On a regular basis? No, man. No.
See, that's what I'm nervous about.
No, man. On a regular basis? No, man.
Man, listen.
If he young, he might got the stamina for it. I ain't got it.
He's 26. No. He younger than us.
He 46?
No, he 26.
Oh,
I'm 29. She 27.
Well, he might have the vigor, but listen, ladies, can I say this? My bad, we getting all off topic. Let me say this, boy, it be close. Like, let me tell you, sex and just go to sleep be close. Like, when I be deciding whether I want to have sex or go to sleep, it be neck and neck.
Neck and neck, for real. Like, sometimes I be like, nah. But see, that's what she's for.
It be like,
if it's the night that I don't want to do it, man, go get our girlfriend.
Yeah, but it's like so I couldn't imagine. Like, sometimes I'd be like, all right, it's been a couple of days, I gotta give some dick tonight. But I couldn't imagine 2 girls. That means you gotta be you gotta throw a dick a lot. Like, I mean, I just don't.
I could help her too, though. Like,
yeah, that's true. Like, that's true. But
it's 3 of us in here.
I don't know, man.
At some point, like, I could help her too.
Hey, listen. Now this is coming. All right, we're gonna get off the sex part. We're gonna get back to the relationship part.
Yes. Okay.
But let me say this. I done had my fair share of my life, you know, my fair share. And every time I left thinking, okay, beside the oral sex part, okay, you take that. Now, the oral sex, that's the part I really, really like. Okay, I like that part of it.
Me too.
But beside that, I was like, shit, I would have had more fun just with one. Every single time I felt that way.
Really?
But yeah, because I only got one dick. If I had 2 of them, it would be great, but I only got one. But the relationship, if I had 2, then it would be great. But I only got one. And it made me feel like I had to do more work. And I don't like that. I don't like it at all. But anyway, every now and again I do. I mean, I would enjoy it probably, but not at every night thing. But okay, back to your serious question though.
Seriously.
My bad. I think you just asking, and then I think you have to listen to him consider those factors. I mean, if it's a serious relationship, and again, just depending on what type of man he is, he may feel uncomfortable based off of the fact he feels like he can't take care of 2 women. And I think that's or doesn't have the desire to take care of 2 women. And the one thing I would say is just being older, that is what would get me. If I was 26, I'd probably be down to do it. But at 32, no.
See, I'm about to be 30.
Yeah. I'd rather just like, yeah, but for you though,
yeah, okay.
For you, I think if this is something you actually want, then I think you should go get it. And I know even if he's not the person that's for it, I know a lot of dudes to sign up for that. I know a lot of a laundry list. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do your thing, lady.
Thank you.
All right. Peace. Hey. Am I different? If everybody feel the same way, it'd be like, okay, sleep or sex? Like when I was younger, it used to be like sex up here, sleep. If there was ever a time sex was offered, I don't care about sleep. boy, now I'm like, sleep it just sounds so appealing. Like sleep. Woo, like sleep. All right. Anybody else got a question before I get off of here? All right, Caitlin, what's up? Talk to me.
Hey,
What's
so
up?
it's my relationship right now. My boyfriend's from Texas. Okay, so I'm in Texas right now. Staying with his sister. But he is currently in another city making music. He's a musician. My birthday's at the end of the month, thankfully. But when I told him about it, told him I wanted to go home for my birthday, he had said no originally. I ended up having to tell him, hey, I don't know how long I have with my grandpa. 'Cause my grandpa and I are really close. So I told him, I was like, I don't know how much longer I have with my grandpa. And that's when he realized, okay, yeah, you really do need to see your family. And he knows how homesick I am because I'm not from Texas. I'm from Colorado. But there are times when he gets upset with me because over little things like, oh, are you going to help me out here? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do this? I actually found out yesterday or the day before, I found out that I had my identity stolen for the first time ever. From my work card information and one of my emails. So I had to do a whole lot of things. I had a panic attack. Thankfully, he called that day, and then I told him about it. He was like, no shit kind of thing, you know? I ended up telling him, I was like, I don't know, because I had to cancel my card and everything, reorder a new one. And he freaked out. I didn't want to worry him, but I knew I had to tell him because it's important, because it's my money from my job that I'm working so hard at. It's hard because there are times where he just gets upset with me because I can't send him money. I can't help him out get food.
Okay.
And he knows that I have my other stuff.
Can I say this? Okay, let me stop you real quick. How old are you?
Hang on.
How old are you?
My headset turned off.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
What the heck?
Can you hear me?
My headset just turned off here.
Okay. Well, let me know when it's back on, okay? Okay. Here.
Connecting my headset. My Bluetooth headset turned off.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's on my phone now, so.
Okay. Now, okay, check this out. How old are you?
I'm 23. I'll be 24 on the 29th.
Okay. Now, how old is he?
He is 27.
Okay. And he needs you
so
to
we're
send him
really
money.
Close in age.
And he needs you to support him sometimes. Caitlin, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it's very quiet. My headset is acting up and everything. Okay. Just gonna do this way.
All right. So, and you're saying that he's upset because you can't support him sometimes.
Yeah, because I can't contribute to him and help him out with certain things.
Contribute in like what things? Financially?
He's upset with me about certain things that sometimes I can't help him out with things because I have to provide my own things. I get my own food,
can you
my
hear
own
me?
feminine products and everything.
Caitlin, can you hear me?
I can. It's like barely.
Okay. All right. Look. So I think we having technical issues. So look. Here's the thing. It's just the gist of what I heard. Okay. It sounds to me that you're saying that this person wants you to be able to support them, in a financial way, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you're saying I got to take care of myself, and I can't always support you and me at the same time. And there's going to be times I got to make decisions like going home and see my family, and I'm going to do that. And I don't really need your permission, right? And that's
Yeah.
that's how you. But he feels like he can tell you when or where and how to spend your own money. And here's the thing: if that's the relationship you signing up for, more power to you. I can just tell that maybe you have more of a quiet, passive personality. And if he doesn't, then I would feel like he probably feels like he can, maybe dictate things. I'm gonna drop you off of it. We got technical problems, but my bad, y'all. We was trying to get the audio together, but it is live show stuff, live questions too. So let me say this to you. I want you to hear this part before I get off of here. B23, and I know you're not gonna listen to me. Go be 23 somewhere else. You're not gonna listen to me. You're gonna stay in that relationship, but why don't you go be 23 somewhere else? It sounds to me that you're forced to grow up a little bit faster than you should because you're with someone that's pursuing a dream that you're not necessarily signing up for. It's his dream, and somebody should fund their own dream. Now, it's great to have help, but to get in relationships and guilt trip the people you're in relationships with to financially support your dreams, it rubs me like not the right way. So I know what you're going to do. You're going to stay there. But if my opinion is maybe just be 23 and grow up somewhere else around your support system and your family. And if you're going to be in a relationship, maybe you should take some time. Maybe you should take some time away from relationships. But if you're going to be in a relationship, maybe find someone that's a little bit more understanding and cooperative and also a helper. Now, I know he probably got great side to him too. I know right now you probably was only talking about the problems you have. But again, it just seems like the problems you have just doesn't seem like the problems you should have being a 23-year-old woman dating an older man. Normally, when you date an older man, you kind of get more taken care of, but you're dating up in age and then having to take care of him and support him in ways. And I just don't think that that's a great recipe for satisfaction in your department. But anywho, I love you guys. I'm about to go take a nap. NAP. Remember how we talked about sleep? It'd be like this with me. My dog is over here asleep. I would show y'all my dog. Y'all want to see my dog? Come here. It's Toby. Toby, y'all. He just be over here just chilling. We got to get Toby a haircut. I know y'all, he just got to get a haircut. But I'm going to get him a haircut this week. He been down there asleep the whole time. We about to go for a walk and take a nap. Okay. I love you guys. I will talk to you later. Peace on out. Instagram, y'all can stay right there.